So the 5x5 of that little box tessellation looks like this.
Oh, that's so cool.
And so when you rotate it, you see the other side is just flat, basically.
That is very, very cool.
Yeah.
A more complicated version of the origamizer algorithm. After you fold this, what
Mhm.
remains, what is shown are those flat faces, right?
Right.
And the origamizer algorithm is all about saying, okay, I want flat faces at the end, in
Right.
particular hedral angles relative to each other,
Uh-huh.
and it inserts crease patterns that connect the different faces. And so this is just
Yeah.
it's like a more complicated version of origamizer.
Well, except that this one only ends up with the flat surface here,
Yeah.
a single flat surface. There's no, I don't, I don't program angles between the squares, um, which is it's an interesting idea. I now I have to
So the
think about it.
origamizer assumes, like perfectly rigid paper. Well, maybe not rigid, but like I guess yes. It's in the angles that you
Mhm,
insert in between the faces that
mhm.
determines the final dihedral orientation of the different flat faces.
Okay.
But in this
Well, I
case,
have.
all the angles are equal, right? This is just a tessellation. It's so that curvature you get
Yeah.
is inherent to the overall pattern.
Right. It's also that that the angle that the folds don't go all the way to 180 degrees. And then yeah, so this was one of the first ones I did, the uh, Kawasaki hydrangea,
Wow.
not the Fujimoto, but the Kawasaki hydrangea, which it's kind of tricky to see here because of the overlap that you get, because the paper intersects itself in Origami Simulator. But this is kind of what
Yeah.
happens,
Yeah, I see that.
right? You have these squares that alternate in having um, the northwest southeast corners and the southwest northeast corners folded up, and so um, this, by the way, if you want to fold this without the diagonal creases in these bits of squares, if you want to fold it clean, it's the hardest thing I've ever tried.
Oh,
Um, and maybe some extreme wet folding where you could basically smush the paper through its crumpled state to get here and then iron it flat somehow would be the way to do it. But
Yeah, I look at
yeah.
that and I see 45-degree grid required.
Yeah, and that's the instructions in the book as well. But at some point I scored the folds and tried to do it without the extra stuff. And
Yeah, that
so
sounds
this
like
is
hell. That's
so this is the alternative where you have each of the squares fully visible. So anyway, these were easy to just make up when playing with the system and making sure that it worked and that it did what I wanted it to do. But